Hey you all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to be making flan and I wanted to share it with you all. So let's get started. You only need a few ingredients. It's super easy to make and a lot of these ingredients we usually already have them in our pantry. I'm going to share the ingredient list. I am going to share how to make the caramel for it and I'm going to make the mix. So let's get started. Okay, so this is I don't have one of those fancy flan making pots, so this is what I use. I bought this a long time ago from Amazon. This is where I put the caramel in the mix, and then it has to be cooked in a baño of Maria. I don't know how you say that in English, but what you're gonna do, you're gonna use this pan. You're gonna put water in it, and then you're gonna put this inside with the mix, and then you're gonna let it cook. But let's make the caramel first. And what you're gonna need for the caramel, a lot of people use 1 cup of sugar, but I personally like using 1.5 cups because I get to have a little bit more extra caramel because I like to fill the entire thing. So let's make the caramel and then we'll get started with the base. So for this step, this is something that you are going to have to be really watching it. You cannot just put it in there and let it be. I like to put it in high heat because I'm going to be right here making it. So this is a brand new batch. I mean, not a brand new batch, this is a brand new bag of sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my container up and then use the rest for my caramel. Caramelo. Okay, so I don't know where my 1 cup measuring cup went, so I'm just gonna do 3 of these. 1, 2, at first you're gonna notice that it's gonna start getting like, it's gonna have a bunch of clumps. I don't even know how to say that, but you just gotta keep stirring. Let's go. You can see how it's starting to dissolve, so you gotta keep stirring it because you don't want to have any crumbs or little big chunks of sugar. So just keep stirring. So I turn up the heat, and now I'm gonna grab my pan. I'm gonna take this off. Please be very careful with this. It's very, very hot. To turn it around. it look pretty? So this is what you want to do. Now you're gonna let this sit while you make the mixture for the actual flan. Oh, I love it. It turned out really good. I think this is one of the best ones that I've done so far. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna get started with making the mix for the actual flan. You're gonna need 5 eggs, 1 can of condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk, vanilla extract, a little bit of salt, and a block of cream cheese, which I'm gonna put in here. So now, I personally like to mix the cream cheese with my evaporated milk. So I want to make this as smooth as I can. So I'm gonna, so we're gonna add this. Remember, 1 can of evaporated milk. I don't have one of those fancy mixtures, but oh well. Okay, so that was what? A few seconds, maybe a minute. So now I am going to take this off so I can add these ones. And then now I will add 1 cup of the vanilla. And then we're going to add the can of evaporated milk. I mean, the can of condensed milk. Delicious. Let me get a spoon. So okay. I'm gonna get to this part. Now we're gonna get into mixing. So now I am going to add the eggs, but I'm going to try to do it once, 1 egg at a time. So let's see how this goes. So now that the mix is done, that I'm done making it, we are gonna use this and we're gonna put it in here. And don't mind the mess, the elf just making a mess everywhere he goes around this house. So let's transfer this over to that bowl. And again, don't forget to turn your oven, which I forgot, to 350 degrees. It's gonna preheat right now. And while that's preheating, I'll do the transfer from this to that bowl, and then we're gonna bake it for 45 minutes. And we'll see how it turns out.
Big jet right here. That sounds good.
Mmm. Yum.
You're gonna make me record all of this.
Yes.
You're gonna put the whole thing. Even
And
that.
your voice is gonna be in it if you keep talking.
Hey guys. Mama's dripping the flan.
Alright, so now that this is done, I am waiting for the oven to be done preheating. I haven't put the water in this pan yet because it gets really heavy having to have the mixture of the flan in here and then water. So what I like to do personally, I like to put this entire thing in the oven, and once it's in the oven, I will add the water. And then after we add the water, we're gonna bake it for, I will say 45 minutes. And then at the 45-minute mark, we're gonna check it. We're gonna put a little bit of like a toothpick or a knife, whatever you have, just to check. And you want that to come out completely clear. If the toothpick or the knife is coming out dirty, it means that it needs to cook for a little longer. And I don't put the temperature up, I just add extra minutes. So let's say at the 45-minute mark, I check it and it's still not fully cooked, I'll just add another 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, I'll come back and check it again. So let's wait for this to be done, and then I'll show you how I do it when I put it in the oven, and then we'll go from there. And once it's done, you're gonna have to let it sit for a little bit because you cannot transfer it to the plate as soon as it comes out of the oven. You have to wait for it to cool down. If you try to transfer the flan when it's hot, when you just hot taking it out of the oven, it's gonna be a disaster. I did that one time and it wasn't pretty. It was a mess. So let's just wait a little bit and then I'll be back. It's not done. So I'm gonna add 5 more minutes.
So the 5 minutes are up. I am going to check again. I'm gonna put 2 more minutes and then after that I'm gonna take it out. Ended up baking the flan for about an hour. Well, not an hour, 15 minutes. And now that it's ready, I am going to grab a butter knife and I'm going to clean the edges and let that caramel come through. Once I finish doing this, I am going to let it sit for about an hour so it could cool down before I transfer it to the serving dish. Alright, so I let this sit. It's been about an hour now. Now I'm going to flip it over. So I'm hoping it's 1, 2. Well, it's on here. Now let's. Yeah. So now I'm gonna put it on the fridge, and I'm gonna let it sit for like another hour, cause even it's still warm. It's not hot, but it's warm, and you want to eat it once it has cooled down. But I hope you guys liked my video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like. And I am going to add all the steps on the description box. And if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments.